because they were going to like send me apparel and then I would have to wear them in my lifting videos. But the only way for me to like get commission was if I got people below me and I recruited them.
Oh, so the only way you could get paid was get other people to like buy their products? What? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Huge pyramid scheme.
Storm.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 7 of the Yap House Podcast. I am very, very excited to be doing this episode today. We have another special guest. Kylie Anderson is going to be joining us for a conversation, and I hope you guys enjoy the conversation. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How's your workload been? And I'm good.
Workload has absolutely been insane. I'm working like between 12 and like 15 hours a day.
That's brutal.
On top of taking like 2 summer classes. So,
oh man, that's brutal.
Hey, paycheck's fat.
And that's great, but that must take a lot. 12, 15 hours a day?
Yeah, so like, well, yesterday I worked 10 hours. Today was 13. And then I think the next 7 days are going to be at least 12.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where do you work again? I forgot.
So, I work at the public pools, like in my hometown.
Yeah.
And I'm on like the finance side of it all. So like, I'm not a guard, but I deal with like all of the money and everything.
Okay. Nice. I mean, at least you enjoy it, right?
Oh yeah. Like I work with all of my best friends.
Okay.
Yeah, so it ranges from like 15-year-olds to like me being 20.
Oh.
And so it's like, yeah, it's like all of the age ranges. And so sometimes I'll just sit and like listen to like the 15-year-olds like tell me about their little like drama in high school.
And you find it very interesting?
I do. Like literally the stories are insane.
And that is what we're here to talk about. Before we get into that, normally I come on here and I describe like my week, throughout like the week I had throughout camp and stuff like that. So yeah, I do work at a summer camp with about maybe first graders to fifth graders. They're all together, so. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for them to get along sometimes because you have like one group of fifth graders that are like individual, and like all the other kids are, separate. And I tell like the big kids all the time to, hey, get the little kids involved in your activities.
Yeah.
And it's very challenging. It's very challenging for them for some reason. I don't know what. I mean, yes, they're fifth graders. They're learning to, be mature and stuff like that. But that's what I'm trying to teach them as well. And it's very, very hard.
No, it can be. I worked a summer camp a couple summers ago, and I was with fourth graders. And so you're very much like in the middle of like, there's some that are independent and some that are not independent.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's just a very weird age to be at.
I mean, at least I like it. I mean, yeah, the pay is low. Yeah, the pay is low for what it is, but it's a lot better than the previous camps I worked at, which is
That's good
huge.
then.
Yeah. Let's see. I have on my notes right here that I wanted to talk about how I am a completely different person than I was 2 years ago. Well, yeah, like at least 2 years ago, like at this time of the year. Around this time 2 years ago, and especially like going into my freshman year, call it like the first semester or so, me back then and me myself now is the difference in the person is crazy because back then I'm gonna be honest with you, I would not make the smart decisions, the smartest decisions, sometimes undisciplined and unmature. not motivated at all as well.
Mm-hmm.
But today, that's all gone. That is
Yeah.
all gone. And even though I am dealing with like an insane like thing of loneliness right now, I am benefiting from that a lot.
Yeah. Like me from 2 years ago compared to now, it is so different.
Hmm.
Like this time 2 years ago, I was babysitting and working at my family's food truck. So I didn't really have like a real job.
Hmm.
And I mean, I was getting ready to move across the country.
Wow.
Like,
Oh yeah. Wait, where did you live? Like, did you live in Louisiana or where did you live?
no, so I live like in Missouri.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah,
But where did you live
and then I moved
previously?
to Louisiana.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
that was
so
me
where
two
are
years
you?
ago.
Oh, so are you where are you right now?
Missouri.
Okay.
So I guess it's not completely across the country, but it's very much from like the middle of the country to like it's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
far.
yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Yeah, so for camp, I'm really benefiting from it a lot because obviously, I get to be outside, which is
Mm-hmm.
something I to be honest with you, I'm not like the best outdoor person, but this is helping me a lot.
Yeah.
Oftentimes I'm like kind of lazy, staying in my bed, which is something I gotta improve. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
Definitely how I was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, and a big thing at that camp too is that the food is actually really good. And that is so
Hey.
important. And that is so important because of like my health, me eating
Yeah.
healthy. At the previous like camps I worked with, the food was not good at all.
Oh.
Like at the camp I last year I was at a camp and I worked with 4-year-olds, not fourth graders, 4-year-olds.
Oh my gosh.
Thank God they were really cute and got along well. But the
That
food
can turn
was
so bad so fast.
Wait, say that again?
I said that can go like so bad so fast with 4-year-olds.
Yes, but the food, they were serving like food that 4-year-olds would eat. And they didn't serve like any good food for us counselors. And oh my gosh, it was so bad, man. It's just a pain thinking about it.
No, I worked in a
Yeah.
daycare for so in high school, once we got like you had to get so many community hours and then you got like an extra cord at graduation.
Uh-huh.
And so I decided to volunteer at a daycare.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that takes like literally newborns basically to
Uh-oh.
3 years. Yeah.
Okay.
All the baby fever gone. Because I would come home and be like, Mom, yeah, I'm not having kids.
How was that?
I mean, it definitely taught me to like look at things in a different perspective
Yes.
and realizing it made me feel so old
Really?
because well like the 3-year-olds like they can talk, right?
But the
And
younger
she
ones can't.
well yeah. But the 3-year-olds they'd like ask me stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm in, like big kid school, stuff like that. And they're like, oh, you're old.
Oh
I
my
was like, oh,
gosh.
thanks. Yeah. And then I put on like the biggest thing, I will never forget this, Blue's Clues. The 3-year-olds did
Huh.
not know what Blue's Clues was.
I mean, can you really blame them? Because like I feel like that's their parents' fault for like not teaching them
Like,
what Blue's Clues is.
were we the last generation that watched Blue's Clues?
Maybe.
Because they're technically the generation after us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
That's so
that's true.
sad.
Yeah. But my camp has like a lot of great things that like keep the kids occupied. Like our pool
That's
is
good.
really good. Our pool's really warm. Um But we're trying to get all of our kids on like the deepest end of the pool. That'll be really fun. We can all go in the deep end too. There's like this big wooden fort that the kids love to play in. It's old, and I don't know why they haven't renovated it yet, but it's whatever. And there's also this big pirate ship that the kids love to play on as well, and I'm surprised they have not renovated it too. And there are a lot of buildings, particularly our activity center and our own like base classroom, whatever that we have. Um, it's not renovated. It hasn't been renovated in like a very long time. And with the activity center, like when it rains, water leaks through the roof.
Oh my gosh.
That's all really needs to be said on like the camp needs to spend their money on fixing these buildings that needs to be fixed. And that is honestly like my biggest pet peeve about just organizations in general.
Yes.
If you're not going to spend your money on like the quality of the most important buildings like on campus, like the activity center we have, or even LSU, Himes Hall, the library.
Oh my gosh. Himes Hall just needs to be torn down. There was never a time I went in there where it was like stable, like weather. Weather's the wrong word, but like it was either way too hot or way too cold. Like the temperature in there was never like.
Wait, what dorm hall did you live in again?
I lived in Pentagon.
Okay, so you were. How was that? That was nice.
So.
I
wouldn't say nice. I mean, definitely like it wasn't Herget. We had. I mean, it was completely brick. We never had like leak issues. I remember when we had like the small like hurricane come through. We didn't have any leaks happen. It did kind of suck though. We had physical keys to get into our rooms. So like you had key cards to like get into your stack.
Oh yeah.
And then a physical key to get into your room.
Oh, like a completely separate key other than your Tiger card?
So like yeah, you didn't use your Tiger card to get into your room. So they were like 5 stacks, right? Yeah. And so you would swipe your Tiger card to get into your stack. And like your card was programmed to your stack. So you couldn't get into anybody else's. But what we had figured out was, so like there's 5 different like sets of buildings, and then in the buildings are stacks. And I think there's between 3 and 5 stacks. So your key, like your Tiger card could get into any of like the big buildings. So like I was, I think B. So my card would work for all of the B doors. Okay. So I could get into like 1 through 5. So I think I was stacked like 2 or I was like B2, B3 something. So you would swipe your Tiger card to get into your stack. And then we didn't have elevators.
Oh, that sucks.
So I lived on the 3rd floor. Yeah, I lived on the 3rd floor, the top floor. So you'd walk up 3 flights of stairs, and then you had a physical key to unlock your door.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, the amount of times I've lost that key, like it got
crazy.
to the point where, yeah, like we wouldn't even lock our door half the time.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Well, yeah. But the thing was, it was like $250 if you lost your key.
It's only $20 if you lose your Tiger card, which is nothing.
Exactly.
Wow.
So
well,
at point, it was almost a safer option to just not lock our door sometimes if we were both like, if me and my roommate were leaving, than to keep track of our key.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I was very lucky. I got put into Azalea. Let's see. You had to swipe your card 3 times to get.
Yeah, they were insane.
Yeah, you had to swipe your card 3 times to get into your room, which I think is the most out of any dorm hall. Is it?
No. So one
Really?
of my one of my teammates, I can't remember where she lived, but it was like on like the UREC side. And I can't remember which one it
What
was though.
was it, Miller?
Maybe? I don't know. It was a
There's
really nice dorm.
I could ask some of my like former friends that like live in Miller. Did you have to like swipe your card 4 times to get
It
in?
was like 4 or 5 times. Like she would have to swipe her card to get into the building.
Yeah.
You would have to swipe your card to get into the elevator.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah, and then you had to go to your floor, and then to get into like a hallway, you have to swipe your card again, and then swipe your
That's
card to get into your actual
crazy.
room. Yeah, like the security there was top notch.
Probably because that dorm was all girls, right? Or was it?
I feel like if it was Miller, because I know Miller was all girls,
That's
but I
probably
don't remember
why.
which one it was. I just remember like, because there was one time I like parked at the UREC and then just walked over to her dorm.
Okay. I just texted one of my friends to see. Let's see what she says.
It was
Yeah.
like insane. And then I think at one they had like passcodes. Like they had to enter like a 4-digit code. Like that's
Hmm.
insane compared to security
Yeah.
on my.
Yeah, and honestly, um the campus is obviously great, but the biggest thing that needs to improve about LSU like is the safety and security. Like you need to get more policemen and guards there too, so
Well, and the scary part was Pentagon was right next to the stadium. And
that's
so when
true.
you walk out, like when you walk out the front door of Pentagon, because we had like an activity center that you would walk through, and that's where we had like the laundry room and everything.
Uh-huh.
People would tailgate there. That's where they set up tents. Was literally in front of the activity center,
Yes,
and
yes.
they would have to put up signs everywhere that there wasn't public bathrooms, but all the other entrances were just gates, and half the gates didn't lock.
Oh man.
Yeah, and so particularly on game days, we would lock everything. Like we put all of our valuables in a safe. We would lock our door, everything.
If you don't lose your key.
Yeah, my key. So I was always put in charge of the key, and I believe my sweet mate Mallory has a video of this. Um,
Ah.
I came back and I thought I had lost the key. So what I used to do was I would have my
Uh-oh.
cowboy boots on. Yeah, well I put the key in like my Nike socks,
Hmm.
which it's so gross. But
But that's
so
clever.
but I thought I had just put it in my boot. So I'm feeling around in my boot and I can't find it. Take my boot off. It's not in there. So me and my roommate are stressing out, trying to figure out because we have no way into our room because she didn't bring her
So,
key.
oh shit.
Yeah,
So what ends up happening?
it was in the other foot. It was actually in like the sole of my sock. It had slid from
Yeah,
the side all the way to the bottom of my foot.
that's crazy. It must have been gross holding that key.
I ran that thing under like soap and water, scrubbed it. It was
Ah,
bad.
oh my gosh. How did this conversation turn from camp to LSU? I mean, yeah, we're talking about renovations, but um,
Yes.
as a summary, we hope that if you have a person that like runs a place with like a lot of buildings and they're very very old, please renovate it. Please spend your money to renovate your buildings.
Renovate all of the buildings, not just one.
Yes, renovate. Well, maybe at least renovate the ones that need it because maybe
Yeah.
maybe some buildings look good the way they are.
Well, because I know they just opened up the new kinesiology hall, or like the kinesiology building. And it's
I'm gonna have to go
insane.
check
It's
that
like
out.
3 floors, I think. And then like the top, there's like a indoor track in there. There's a pool in there. Like every class you would ever need as a kinesiology major, it is in that building.
I am doing a few kinesiology classes as part of electives. As a mass comm major, you have to have a minor, so I chose
Mm-hmm.
sports studies, and
Okay.
so I'm doing like a couple like kinesiology classes for electives.
What kind?
So I already did kinesiology 2530, which is sports studies. I
Okay.
also did marketing 3410. Do you know Thomas Karat? I think that's his last name.
Do not believe so I do.
We call him TK. He's like one of the best. He's like one of the best in terms of like sports marketing. He's like one
Mm-hmm.
of the best here at LSU, and it's like everybody loves him. Every student that he's
Okay.
had, every athlete, they absolutely love him. So yeah.
See, we're like on opposite ends of like kinesiology sports med.
Mm-hmm.
Because I took like nutrition 1, nutrition 2. There's one I took, and I don't know, it was super cool. We got to learn, like each week we would pick like an exercise. So like, let's say squat, and we would analyze every single muscle it activated, and then the injuries that would come with it. It was so interesting. I cannot remember what it was called.
Really?
Yes, and
Oh
like we would have
man.
a lab. Yeah, we had a lab with it. And so you would go to your lab and you would have to like perform a certain exercise and
Bro, you
name.
get to exercise as a class. Oh, I think I'm actually doing that because wait, what class was that?
I don't remember. I wish I remembered.
Yeah. Was it like an activity course or something? Because I
No.
tried to Oh, really?
It was a legit class because I took like intro to jogging. Because you're required to take X amount of like activity courses.
Yeah,
And
I have to
fun
do
fact,
3.
yes. So fun fact, if you're a kinesiology major, you are supposed to have like 6 activity courses.
Uh-huh.
But if you have like letters from high school, like if you played varsity sports and got a letter for it, each letter can represent a class.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I would have only had to take 2 activity courses.
Man, I wish I still had like my varsity letters from football season when I was in high school.
Yeah, so like I have I have a
Oh
Letterman
man.
jacket, and I would have just had to supply a picture of like each letter. And I think they had to have, I think it was just a letter. It doesn't even have to say like, because at my school or my high school, it was like your letter, and then you got pins for like how many years you were on the varsity team.
Uh-huh.
You literally just need the letter.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to ask you, what did you learn in those nutrition classes?
So, my original plan was I was going to major in kinesiology and minor in nutrition. And the end goal was to become like a dietitian on top of athletic training. Just because that can be super useful and it's a higher pay grade
Yes.
if you are
Yes.
licensed. Um, Basically, the first thing I learned is you need a PhD in some states to become a dietitian.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Which is insane.
Yeah,
Um,
that's pretty
but
crazy.
it's, yeah, it was, I thought it was going to be more like sciencey and everything, but it wasn't. But it
Hmm.
basically taught me, so like your body will use carbs, right? And that's how it generates energy.
Yes.
Well, you can rewire your body to where it'll just store the carb and use the fat first and flip it into energy.
Huh?
Yeah. So
Wait, what?
and like it's a super cool concept. And then I learned like the all of the benefits of using like creatine and everything, which
Okay.
was really helpful, like because I do lift, so it was all super helpful. But then it was about how you can change, like you can buy, so like this, you have this like certain type of creatine. Well, if you buy this certain type, there's a different, because you know like the ingredient list, like the first one is like what's most in it.
Yes.
Okay. So if they had two different ingredient lists, they had two different molecule like setups.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's like a 4-syllable word. It's a huge, long word. I can't even pronounce
Hmm.
it. But
See, when I
basically,
work out, oh, go ahead.
no. But basically, like you want it, depending on like what is like the active ingredient, is whether it'll like make your muscles swell, if your skin can swell, all of these like numerous things. And I was so into it until I found out you need a PhD.
Damn. See, like when I work out, I don't really use like any powder, like protein powder at all, or like creatine any type
You
before
don't have
that.
to.
What I tend to do is I don't eat. Okay, I eat like 4 or 5 hours before, so I can like really digest it and then go work out. So I'm not like like moving slow or stuffed, or something like that. Because if I eat like an hour before I work out, I'm gonna be full already, and
Mm-hmm.
it might hurt me. So.
So what I used to do before I joined, like the powerlifting team, I would eat like an hour before I worked out, and then I would work out until I was hungry again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, whether that was like cardio, um, accessories, like comp lifts, whatever it was, I would not stop working out until I was hungry again. And I would
How
go home,
long was that? How long would that be?
2-3 hours. But if you do that, then it makes your metabolism speed up. So then I was able to only work out for like an hour and a half, and then I was hungry again.
See, one of my friends taught me, you don't even have to like lift for that long. Like an hour, hour and 30, and that's like literally it. You're done for the
Yeah.
day. Do that 3, 4 days a week. You will be in the best shape possible. So,
Oh yeah, and I
yeah.
didn't know that back then. I mean,
Hmm.
I literally, this was before I even really like got into powerlifting and everything. I was just going to go. That was about it.
Uh,
And yeah, I would work out for 3 hours until I was
oh
hungry.
my
But then I'd go
gosh.
home and I would drink a protein shake and I'd eat dinner.
Oh, that's
It was insane.
crazy. How much water do you drink a day?
Um, Minimum 100 ounces. I try to drink at least 120 ounces though.
So what I try to do is this bottle is a Gatorade bottle is like 32 ounces, right?
Okay.
I try to drink this entire thing about 3, 4 times a day.
What is that?
That's like
128 roughly.
yeah. What's 32 times 3? That's 96. Okay, so that's about 100.
Yeah.
That's close to
Um,
100.
so ultimately, you want to drink your weight in ounces.
Like a
Yeah.
day?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So like
Okay.
for me personally, like, I'm roughly 120. So I need to drink 120 ounces of water a day.
Okay. I'm like 170. So
170
oof.
ounces. How many? Hold on. I'm gonna see how many. You said it's a 32 ounce bottle.
32 ounce bottle, yes.
almost 5.5 bottles.
Oh my gosh. I actually did manage to drink this entire thing like almost 5 times because there was one day where it was just so hot out during camp. Monday and Tuesday, during the camp week, it was like mid 90s.
That's hot for
Mid
you
90s
guys?
here. Yes, that's hot for us. That's very hot for us in New Jersey
Oh my
here.
gosh.
And I
Last week,
know it was 100 and
yeah, the heat index was 120.
wait, heat and where? Texas?
No, this is Missouri.
Missouri?
Yes. Literally,
That's the
it gets hotter. Yeah. So, like,
That's
my
the
mom's in
Midwest.
Louisiana right now. Yeah. So, my mom's in Louisiana right now visiting family. And so we'll FaceTime, every day, every night. And so she was like, oh, like, how's the weather doing? This was yesterday. She's like, how's the weather doing? Whatever. And I was like, oh, like, it's about 95 degrees. Keep in mind, it's like noon. I was like, yeah, it's about 95 degrees, give or take a couple. And I was like, I don't know what the humidity is yet because I was still in my car. And she was, oh, it's like maybe 70 degrees here.
What
That's
is
why,
going on with these weather transformations?
Well, that's how it always is here. Like, I acclimated so well in Louisiana because half the time it was cooler there than it was here.
How can it be hotter in Mizzou than in Louisiana?
So the really funny thing, so Mallory, she's from Florida, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when it got like November, December, she's freaking out because it's, like 50, 60 degrees. She's freezing. Like when we were at school.
Yeah,
For me,
that's cold
it
to
was
Floridians.
perfect. Yeah. For me, that's like perfect t-shirt shorts weather. And it was so funny because every day we had class at the same time in the same hall, so we would like walk together. And it was so funny seeing our outfits because they're on completely different sides.
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious.
That's wild. Yeah. Honestly, like, I hate the cold weather.
Me too.
Sorry, like, I hate the cold weather. Would much rather like sweat like crazy than freeze like crazy. But um, I tend to get like chilly as well. I mean, even my body's not very like built for the cold, so.
Well, so funny story. So I work at the pool, right? It tends to be about 5 to 10 degrees cooler if you're near water.
Yes.
So at work, it was literally the weather app was saying it was 80 degrees. There was no way it was 80 degrees. I was in a hoodie. Like
Why were you in a hoodie?
Because I was freezing. Like there was no way it was 80 degrees outside. It was cloudy and windy.
Oh, it must have been really humid.
But nobody was hot. Like all the employees are in sweatshirts. The kids swimming are shivering when they're getting out. Like I literally had to text my mom and she was like, I don't believe you.
Very interesting how weather works. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I don't. When I was little, I wanted to be a meteorologist.
Oh.
But I couldn't pronounce like half the words. So I switched. But I don't know. I like learning about weather. Like hurricanes. I love learning about hurricanes. We actually got hit by the hurricane.
Oh, we got hit by a hurricane as well. It was 2011 Hurricane Sandy.
Oh no, this was like a couple weeks ago. The one that hit Houston.
Yeah, y'all. It's like the south. It's like the southeast. They all southeast, mid, south, whatever. They always get,
Yeah, hurricanes. It hit Houston, and it ended up spinning off and hitting us. I was at work, and we ended up getting, I think, like 5-6 inches of water. It was insane.
Wow. Yeah, that must have been crazy. Yeah, we've only had like one hurricane that I remember in this area, which is pretty remarkable to be honest with you. But I remember that a tree pierced through the roof of my parents' bedroom, and we had to sleep in our living room for like a few days until they
Yeah, because
came to fix
of
it.
all the rain that we got a couple weeks ago, my ceiling caved in.
Oh.
And yeah. And so now I have a huge, like, my hallway does not have a ceiling, and there's no carpet because they had to rip it all out
Oh.
for water
Oh.
damage. Yeah, so
Oh.
now I have to get a brand new ceiling throughout my entire house and all of our floors redone.
Damn, that's gonna be a lot of money.
Well,
A lot of
insurance is
money.
covering all of it, luckily, but
Oh.
literally this, 5-6 inches of rain we got did more damage than a tornado did.
Speaking of tornadoes, I've actually never seen one like in person.
Really?
Yeah.
So my hometown was hit by one. Literally, when you get a chance, like after this, look up Joplin, Missouri 2011 tornado.
Hmm.
And it was an EF5. It was twin tornadoes that formed together. And it was roughly 2 miles wide.
Wow.
Yeah, wind speeds were over 200 miles an hour. Ripped apart my entire hometown. Like we had, I think, 162 deaths, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah. So I live like on the very south side of my town. I walked outside and I could literally see all the way across town.
And you saw the tornado.
So I was actually in a car.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I was swimming. So
Swimming?
so it was a beautiful like Sunday like afternoon, and me and my brother were across town at my nana's swimming. Cause it's like 75 degrees. It's end of May. Like that's beautiful weather here.
Yes.
And usually whenever we get storms, it hits the north side of town because they're closer to like Kansas. So my mom drives over to get us, like, take us home, and my nana was like, you guys need to stay here. We have a basement, whatever. And my mom was like, no, it always hits your side of town. Like, we need to go to the south side. And so, like, what's really funny is the tornado sirens went off if the wind hit, like, 40 miles per hour. So they were always going off, and nobody thought anything of it. So we're driving across town. My mom's going, like, 70. And the sirens aren't even stopping. Yeah, she's going like 70 across town. And keep in mind, me and my little brother, I was 6 at the time. He was 3. We're in our swimsuits.
God damn.
Yeah, like little kids. We got literally taken out of the pool, put into a car. So I get hit in the head with hail. And we have no clue what's going on, nothing. My mom, like, throws us in the house. And we make it into my hallway, and we put mattresses over us. And I just remember, like, I could look out my kitchen, like where I was, I could look out my kitchen window, and I saw it rotating. And I'm just seeing trees getting picked up and everything. We had no clue what was going on.
Oh my gosh.
The scariest part ever was when it all stopped.
And then everything came down.
People think that's fake, and it's not. That is 100% real. Is like we were in the eye where everything's calm, and so we're like, okay, we're good. Like we need to go assess damage, whatever. And then it started back up again. Well, all of a sudden, because we couldn't see the damage, like we're all hunkered together under a mattress. I start getting pelted with rain. My mom's getting pelted with rain from 2 different directions.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well then she starts like feeling the wind and it's pulling her. So she's holding on to our, like, hallway closet handle to keep
Huh.
her under the mattress. Yeah. And I think, like, one of the scariest things ever that people don't talk about after tornadoes, the sky is green. Yeah.
I've never seen a green sky before in my life.
Literally look up, like, after pictures of a tornado, what the sky looks like. It was green. There were no birds. It was so still, so calm. And it was green.
Did it at least look cool?
I mean, I was 6. I think I was more mad at the fact that, so every Sunday we had sushi for dinner. Because that's when they would go grocery shopping. And at Sam's Club, we had this really good, like, sushi chef. He ended up opening up his own restaurant. And so they would always get sushi there, and that's every Sunday. We had sushi and steak. That was a thing.
And you didn't get a chance to go there on Sunday?
No. I walk outside, my sushi's in the front yard.
Oh, man.
I was so mad. And then, like, my childhood best friend, like, his roof was completely ripped off. Like, it was horrible.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. That's crazy. That must have been... That's the scariest moment of your life for you, at least, right?
One of them.
One of them. What's another one?
So this was 2019.
Okay.
I think. And I was at cheer practice. So I have a huge high school. We have 3 different gyms.
Wow.
And yeah, so like the cheer team was in one gym, the football team was in another gym. I think the scariest thing ever was coach ended practice early and none of us knew why. And then my mom picked me up and I went to church. And we found out the reason they let us out of cheer practice early was because one of my best friends was having a heart attack and he ended up passing away. That's why they let us. I
don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, none of us knew why. Yeah, he was having an asthma attack that turned into a heart attack. And then respiratory failure.
I am speechless.
Yeah.
That was tough to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, next topic. Yeah, we don't need to talk about
next
that scary stuff. Let's see. So this podcast is mainly about sharing stories, memories, crazy experiences. You've already shared some with the tornadoes. Let's get into more high school first.
Okay.
Do you remember any crazy crazy memories from your high school years?
So I think it was my freshman year. The upperclassmen would schedule like fights. And so we had like fist fight Friday and throw hands Thursday.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like if you had beef with someone, you would go to this certain person and they would write your name down and give you a time slot. But it was all so planned out. It would only happen on like picture day. Like if we had to go watch like show choir, something like that. So the fights would happen in the cafeteria. Well, on the other side of the high school was our performance center. And that's where pictures were taken, like for the yearbook, and that's where show choir performances were.
Why would they do it in the cafeteria?
Because there was nobody there.
Oh, there was like no supervision or anything?
No, because if you think about it, everyone's getting their picture taken. They're all at the show choir performance.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, that's gotta be one
on.
of the craziest things ever. I was 14, and I got put into this huge group chat, like on Snapchat. And there were a bunch of them. So I was put, it was like, it'd be various, it was like, I don't know, 5 or 10 of like each grade. We're in, because there's a bunch of different group chats. And it was basically all different people, so you never figured out who made the list. But you had a main person in each group chat saying, if you have beef, text me, I'll give you a time slot.
Oh my.
Yeah, and then a list would be shared on Snapchat of times. But it didn't say who was fighting.
Other people would see it? Oh.
Would never say who was fighting. It would just be like
okay.
a scratched piece of paper with just times. So if you were in these group chats, you knew. And I never like got involved with any of them. I was put in it because I was a cheerleader at the time. And it was absolutely insane.
Wait, but you loved all your cheerleader friends, right? You're smiling. You're smiling. You didn't.
I never started a fight with any of my teammates.
Yeah. Did your other teammates do?
I got in one fight in high school, and it was with a teammate.
Uh-oh.
I threw the first punch and the last punch.
So you knocked her out?
I didn't knock her out. She hit the floor, but she wasn't unconscious. Basically, this huge rumor had started around, and my name got brought into it. I don't even remember what the rumor was. Like, it was something bizarre about, like, a party and, like, underage drinking, like, something. And I had, like, driven past the house. Keep in mind, I'm 14. How did I drive? Yeah. I drove past the house, and I took a video of it, and I had, like, sent it to all of the coaches and, like, the faculty and everything. Keep in mind, 14, can't drive.
Yeah.
So I was like, are people not realizing how dumb this rumor is? Like, I can't drive. Mm-hmm. I had no clue this party even happened. I was out of town. And this one girl came up to me, 'cause apparently she's in the video, and her and, like, 6 other girls all, like, cornered me in our the skywalk. It's basically, like, all windows, and it's just, like, this huge hallway type deal. And it connected to the cafeteria. So they cornered me, and I was like, guys, I'm not going to do this here. I'm just trying to go to class. Like, I don't know what's going on, but, like, I'm over this. Like, whatever. So then I turn around to go walk to class. She pulls my hair back.
Uh-oh.
And I used to have super long hair, like, down to my hips. Super long hair. So I spin around, literally just clock my fist back, and I just almost do, like, a full 360. I hear her bag hit the ground, and then I walk to class.
Holy shit.
And I texted my mom on my way to class. I said, I just got in a fight. I threw the first punch and the last punch. You're probably going to get a call from my principal.
You threw the first punch, the last punch, and the only punch.
I did.
That is insane.
Yeah. The funniest part, we had cheer practice, and my hand was bruised. And I hit her up in the cheekbone.
Oh, man.
So she, of course, was swelling, had a bruise, and my knuckles were bruised. So we go to cheer practice, and coach is trying to put 2 and 2 together. I tell her that I slammed my hand into a car door, and she said that she, like, fell downstairs or something.
Wow.
Yeah, because if you were on a sports team and you got in a fight, you were automatically kicked off.
Yeah.
Except the rule for high school, like, at that point, it's now changed. Numerous reasons why it's changed. It was whoever instigated was suspended.
Mm-hmm.
So I was never suspended because at the time it was self-defense. So she was suspended. That's a pretty
good self-defense technique. That is crazy.
Yeah, even though I threw the first punch, she instigated.
Yes, yes.
Now rules have changed. And now it's whoever was in the fight, whoever has a video of the fight, whoever's in the back of a video, they're all suspended.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Do you remember anything from your senior year of high school?
Senior year was very emotional at the time.
I feel that.
Yeah. I did not want to cheer my senior year.
Why?
Actually all of high school. I was sick and tired of it. I didn't want to cheer in college. I knew I wasn't going to cheer in college. I wasn't accepting scholarships for them. Like, I knew I had, like, the back part of my rotator cuff tear. So I was, like, done with tumbling, everything. And I was like, I don't want to know if I want to do it. I'm done with the whole mean girl type deal. Like, I just want to focus on applying to colleges, having a super easy class schedule, figure out if I do want to do sports in college, stuff like that. And my mom and I made a deal that if I did not make the cheer team, I would go play softball.
Okay.
Because my freshman year, I was given an opportunity. I was given a varsity spot on the softball team.
And you did not take it. Why?
Yeah. I had people influence me. And at the time, I wanted to cheer in college. When I was 14, I wanted to cheer. So I turned it down. Very much regret that. Because I do feel like I would have gotten a scholarship for softball.
Yeah, you could have played at LSU softball.
But they told me every year that there was a spot open for me. And so I'd made the deal with my mom. Well, I ended up making the team, go through all of that. It was very sad because I was a cheerleader for 14 years.
Yeah.
And so it was the whole, like, you see them on TikTok, like, oh, like, you never know it's your last time putting on a uniform, like, stuff like that. That really hit me hard because our football stadium, I had cheered there my entire life. Mm-hmm. And so it really hit, like, the last time leaving that stadium. Yeah. Like, oh my God, the last time I come in here, like, I'm going to have to pay to get in. And so, like, that really hit me. I did not get a decision from LSU for 8 months.
Wow, you must have been stressing as hell.
Yeah, so I'm getting, like, picture this. So I applied to LSU, like, end of August. The moment that it opened, like, I got it done. I already had teachers writing recommendation letters for me, like, everything. I applied end of August. Well, then I have other colleges reaching out. I'm having phone calls with coaches like, oh, we're going to give you a full ride here, full ride here. I talked to the Alabama track coach.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, like,
oh,
like LSU rival Alabama.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I just kept having this gut feeling. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take your offer. I'm not going to take this offer. Not going to take that offer. I ended up having, I think it was 17 different offers for sports. And I turned all of them down, and I was going to accept a full ride powerlifting scholarship in Ottawa. And then, I'll never forget, March 15th, I walk in my first hour, and I'd had this teacher for like all 4 years. She coached volleyball, everything like that. I open up my laptop, and I have an email from LSU. March 15th, I will never forget this. And so I bring my laptop over to her, and because she wrote one of my recommendations. And I go, I can't click on it. You have to click on it. And so it's 8:30 in the morning. So she clicks on it, and she goes, okay, she goes, I have it up. She goes, you have to open the envelope, though. Because, it did like the whole little envelope confetti whole deal.
Yes.
And so I opened up the little like electronic envelope, and it said, congratulations. I start bawling my eyes out because LSU's like dream school. I've been waiting on this decision like since senior year started. everything. I kept it from my family.
For how long?
I want to say like close to 2 weeks.
Damn. I kept it
Yeah.
from my family for like 10 seconds.
I didn't tell anybody because like this was the whole like dream school type situation, like, so I didn't tell anybody. I had shirts made for my Nana and Papa. My Nana like grew up in Louisiana. So this was like a huge deal for her for me to go back down. Like me and her were like this. And so I get shirts made, everything. Literally the night I'm supposed to go to their house, they take a spontaneous trip out of town. For a week.
Oh, that sucks.
And I was like, I can't keep this any longer. Like, because I hadn't told my mom. Like, they were the first people I told. So, like, I had just taken pictures in my LSU shirt to post on social media, and that, like, I was going to tell my family and then post those.
Do you have that first LSU shirt still?
Yes.
It's not the one you're wearing right now, right?
No, this was actually one of my comp shirts.
Nice.
So the first LSU shirt I ever got, my uncle David bought it for me.
Can you find it so you can show it? Okay. Here we go.
So this is the first shirt
I ever received. That's so cool.
Yeah. And it is all faded and everything.
That's so cool.
Like, it's so faded, like, you can barely read, like, all of this, like, all of the, like, little wording.
Yeah.
He got it for me when I was in 7th grade.
7th grade?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, he actually he went to LSU.
Wow.
He was in the law program. And so we went down to visit him, and he actually, like, we hopped the fences.
Oh my gosh.
To get on campus, yeah. And showed me around everything. I was like, this is where I want to go. Well, just so happened 6 months after, not even 6 months, but literally that was in the summer, January 1st, he passed away.
Oh, man.
2 weeks before his bar exam. Yeah.
You got in for him.
Yeah. And so, like, I have, like, a tattoo for him and everything. I actually have his signature tattooed on my rib of him signing his acceptance into LSU law.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. And so we're doing the whole, hiding it from my family, everything. Only my best friend knows. Because she got in Arkansas. She was debating between Arkansas and Ole Miss.
And she got into...
She got into both.
Where did she choose? Okay.
But so I called my Nana, and I was like, hey, are you guys home? Like, I have something for you guys. And she's like, oh, no, we're in Branson, which is like 2.5 hours from me. And I was like, why are you there? She's, just took a weekend trip. She's like, what's up? And I was like, I really need you guys to be home right now. Like, I need to go to your house. I need to tell you this. Like, what's going on? So, thankfully, I recorded it. And I told them over the phone. And I was like, I have shirts. So, the ones say, like, LSU mom, LSU dad?
Yes. My dad has one of those LSU dad shirts.
So, I got them custom-made shirts that say LSU Nana, LSU Papa.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because you can't buy those.
Yeah.
And so I got them custom shirts. Every time they came to visit, they, like, watched my national live stream wearing their shirts. Like,
they must have been very proud.
Yeah, they still have, like, they're still hopeful that I will go back. But it was a lot.
Yeah.
Like, telling everybody a lot of emotions. everything, because right when I found out I was accepted, I wanted to like quit high school. Like I just wanted to go.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I still have finals. Like I can't just pack up and leave right now.
Yeah. I think it was end of February where I got it. I think it was February 26th, I want to say, 2022, where I got in, and then I'm sitting in my room right now. I wake up early. I have to go to school. Well, no, actually, we had a delayed school day because it snowed the night before, and all roads were like not the safest. So
Yeah.
we didn't have school until 10:30, but I still woke up in the morning just because. But I opened my email, I get that letter, and I get that same letter where it says, "Congratulations, you got into LSU."
Yeah.
And I freaked out. I ran down my stairs and I was like, yeah, yeah. Run down my stairs and scream it to my mom and dad, and that's when they knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kept it from... Oh. Yeah. You kept it from your parents for 2 weeks. I kept it from my parents for like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Well, just because, like, nobody from my hometown leaves. Like, they all stay. And so, like, I was the only one, like, besides me, someone went to, like, Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
But I went, like, the furthest. Like, that's a huge deal for my little town.
Yes.
And so, like, it made, like, the news. It made the newspaper. It made articles, like...
Yeah. Okay. I want to go back to when you clocked that girl in the cheekbone. I have this in my notes here because I really want to know how to fight, like, as well. Do you know, like, some ways at all? Or not really?
I know how to defend myself.
That's mainly what I really, really want to learn well.
Yeah.
I saw in this video... Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I saw in this video where, like, somebody's coming at you like, hey, I'm going to beat you up, man. I'm going to kill you. You just, like, put your arms up like this and just kind of, like, back up, or if, like, someone's approaching you, always want to, like, have your arms, like, ready or something.
Yeah, so I've always been told, like, put my hands up like this just because, like, that's your way being like, hey, stop, like, because if you go up, like, to protect your face, it's almost like defense mode.
Yeah.
So if you just put your hands up like, hey, stop, let's talk about this type of deal. And then if it escalates, you literally take your middle knuckle, collar, or cheekbone.
Like that?
Yep.
That's it? Just like you did that, bitch?
Yeah, and you can either go, like, around, you can just, like, you can go straight, you, like...
Uh-huh. And
anyway.
And I have this on my... Yeah, and I have this on my notes here, too. I watch, like... I've been watching, like, a lot of movies that have, like, fight scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of, like, learn from them. Know a little bit, like, what moves to do and stuff like that. Do you watch, like, a good amount of movies with, like, fight scenes or something? Not really? Or... Not
really, because most of them are fake.
They are fake, but they look real.
Yeah. Pretty much the only ones with fighting that I watch is, like, Fast and Furious.
Oh.
That's about it. Just because I kind of, like, I don't know, I hate that I do this, but, like, I can predict, like, end of books. So, like, I ruin books for myself. I can predict, like, the end of movies. I end up ruining the movie for myself. And a lot of it is, like, when it comes, like, the fight scenes, I'm like, oh, yeah, that was fake. That was fake.
Yeah, I get that. But, you know, some of my favorite movie stars are, like, Jackie Chan. You know him? Mm-hmm. He's a classic. Also, one that been watching a lot is Michael Jai White. It's
Okay.
unbelievable. Like how flexible he is for his
Hmm.
size.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not.
And you just try to learn them well. I feel like Michael Jai White is the most basic one because he's just like pure like main martial arts, and yet the way he fights in like the fight scenes is just so effective. Like he's literally not doing anything special or anything like that. It's just basic martial arts like boxing and stuff like that, and it works.
Okay.
Yeah. So really want to know how to fight well, defend myself. Favorite movie stars are like Jackie Chan and so on. Let's go back to some experiences, crazy moments, memories. Let's get to the summer now. Throughout your summers, what have you got?
Like this summer?
Or just any summer?
Um, I don't really do crazy stuff in the summer.
Hmm.
There's nothing like to do in my hometown besides go to the creek. Uh,
Okay.
so I basically just work, and half the time, like you can only be outside for like certain parts throughout the summer because it gets so hot. Um, Last week, like we were in like a burn morning or a burn ban, so like we couldn't have
Mm.
open flames.
Yeah, because it was so hot.
Yeah, and so stuff like that. I don't do a lot in the summer. I mean, I find a job and I devote
Yeah.
every single hour to that job.
Yeah, yeah. So you can get that money.
Yes, because it's really nice. Then, if I do choose to have a job during the school year, I don't have to be working, 40, 50-hour weeks because
Yeah,
I have the
yeah.
money
I
from
get
the
that.
summer.
Yeah, I get that. All right. Well, let's move on to college then. I know you spent 1 year at
Hmm.
LSU. Do you remember any crazy moments, experiences, memories from that 1 year?
Oh, there was a lot.
Oh, there's a lot. Just name like some of them. You know, this conversation's already an hour and 7 minutes long. Let's keep
Oh
it
my
going.
gosh.
Let's
Okay.
keep it going.
I walked
We're doing this for
home.
as long as we can.
Let's see. I walked home from Tigerland.
Oh no. I don't like where this is going.
Um, More like a sprint.
Sprint? Weren't you like all out of breath when you got home?
Yeah,
Why did you sprint?
couldn't tell you.
Did someone chase you?
No, there was a group of us. It wasn't like I wasn't by myself.
Oh, okay. Were you in at least comfortable shoes?
Converse.
Yeah, because like I
Um,
always wear my sneakers when I go out. So
yeah. Basically, we couldn't get any Ubers, and the only ones we could were like $30, $40.
yeah,
And
I
we're
get
like,
that.
yeah, we're not paying $40 to drive us a mile and a half. Like we can just walk that,
Yes.
and we did.
Well, it's a good
Um,
thing y'all were safe because it can be dangerous out there.
it'd be so dangerous.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. The morning game.
Oh, that was brutal. I woke up at 6 a.m. for that. And it was so bad that we lost too because it
It
was
was
just
so
not
hot.
worth it. It was hot too.
And that was the pink out game. I distinctly remember. It was the pink out game. So woke up like 5:36 in the morning. Get ready, go tailgate. Hottest game of the year. There's no covering whatsoever. I ended up like I got a sunburn from what I was wearing. And then I felt so sick because I can't eat that early in the mornings.
Yeah.
And then by the time I needed to eat, like I was already so hot I didn't want to eat anything. And I got
Yeah.
so sick. Oh my god.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That whole day was tough.
It really was. Took everything in me to like walk to Chipotle with one of my like teammates. Because I think we left like halfway through the game.
Yeah. And the stadium was infested with Vols fans too. It was not good. Okay. What else?
I mean, wasn't super crazy, but getting to experience collegiate nationals.
Oh, that must have been really cool.
Yeah. It was held in Arlington. So where we were staying, we could see the Dallas Stadium.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah. So like that was my view for that whole week.
Mm-hmm.
That was a once in a lifetime type of deal.
Did you go to a Cowboys game, or they weren't playing that week?
Well, this was in like April.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
So they were not there.
Yeah.
But that is
Okay.
definitely an experience, like cross off my bucket list type of thing.
Yes. Well, I'm really glad you enjoyed your 1 year at LSU. Are you gonna
Yes.
come back?
I don't think academically I'll come back, just because I'm entering like my senior year.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and it would be too much of a hassle because I already lost enough credits coming home.
Mm-hmm.
That I would lose even more going back.
Yeah.
But I actually booked my plane, like got my plane ticket today. November 7th, I will be back in BR to see Alabama.
Yes. Let's go.
So excited. I think the plan
Yes.
right now is I'm leaving, I think at like 4:30 p.m. on Thursday. Getting in at like 7 or 8 in New Orleans.
Mhm.
And then spending Friday, Saturday, and I'm leaving Sunday at like 8 p.m.
That's like perfect.
Yeah. And then, so our like main airport's like an hour and a half away. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
flying,
tough.
it's in Tulsa. And so I get in, I think at like midnight, then I have an hour and a half drive home.
Wow. You're probably not gonna get home till like 3 a.m.
Honestly, I'm perfectly okay with that. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
I've
if
been
we
itching.
win, it's gonna be so worth it.
I know. Even if we lose, I want to be back in Death Valley so bad. People do not understand.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to win. I mean, I don't like losing, let alone losing
Neither
at
do I.
home. So I'd like to win that game. Okay. Let's see. So normally what I like to do on these podcast episodes is I'd like to talk about these notes that I have, what I've been doing. And another thing I have here is trying to apply to be brand ambassadors. I feel like that'll be really good money, especially since I am don't have a lot of money right now. And the biggest problem that I'm having right now is trying to find brands that give away free products. And the reason is because yeah, and that because some of the brands, you have to buy them on a discount. Like, yeah, it's a discount, but you're still giving them money. You're not, for a collaboration, you're not supposed to be giving money to them. They're supposed to be giving money to you. And I learned that from Mallory.
Yeah. So, I don't have a lot of experience with working with brands. I do work with Gymshark.
That's honestly good enough.
Yeah. They don't send me free product, and I don't expect them to. I have a 25% off code that I can use whenever I want. So basically what I do is I wait for their like end of season sale, and that's like 40 to like 80% off. I can use that 25%
awesome.
on top of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just got like 8 things, including jogger, like a sweatsuit set. I spent $100
on 8 items.
8 items from
That's
Gymshark.
unbelievable. That's unbelievable. The thing is, like, and at the same time, I don't really need like a lot of clothing right now since my closet is already like probably mad at me for having all those like
Yep.
Temu Shein clothes. So it's like I can't really fill my closet anymore, and I don't think like the drawers in my next apartment are going to be able to hold all my clothes. So
That was my problem.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. But I have been like DMing their Instagram accounts.
Mm-hmm.
A few have gotten back to me actually, so we'll see like how that goes. Um, One of them, you know what first form is, right?
Yes.
Uh-oh, do you not like first form?
Do you remember on our TikTok live when I was talking about when I had a phone call?
No, I don't remember.
Well, I had a phone call with the company, and I was texting Mallory on my laptop everything they were saying, and she said, "Hang up the phone right now. It's a pyramid scheme."
Oh, you're saying like first form like pyramid schemed you? Oh man, okay. I'll just be careful with them.
Be very careful,
Yeah.
because I was very excited to work with them, because they were going to like send me apparel, and then I would have to wear them in my lifting videos. But the only way for me to like get commission was if I got people below me and I recruited them.
Oh, so the only way you could get paid was get other people to like buy their products? What? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
huge pyramid scheme. Um, a brand. So basically, what I have found out is whatever platform you're using, make sure it's like a general thing. So whether it be like sports casting or reports. So like mine was lifting. I had a whole page dedicated to lifting. So Prosies reached out to me. They're amazing. Um, and was like, hey, we want to work with you. We went back and forth. And they're like, okay, we're going to email you about 7 to 8 links. Click on them, choose whatever you want. It's going to be absolutely free. We just need you to, show it in your videos, like, share it on social media, like, stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. So, like, I didn't make any money from it, but I got $150 worth of free product.
Okay, that's good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I got like mass gainer, which works really. Oh my god, it's amazing when you're bulking.
Yeah.
I got this like almost like oats mixture.
Yeah.
You can put like on top of like yogurt and stuff, or you can eat it like on its own. Like protein Doritos, bunch of different kinds of like protein chips. And then like a whole variety of stuff. They sent me like a sweatshirt, a water bottle, a duffel bag, whole bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
Buff Chick reached out to me because I was working with Bucked Up, and I have a code with them too. And I was promoting like Bucked Up's like Black Friday sale that was happening, everything like that. And they were like, hey, we want to work with you. We're going to send you some pre-workout. And I was like, okay. And so they sent me a bunch of different samples, and they were like, we just want you to post, that you're using it. Like, so it was a bunch of like single use ones. And they're like, we want you to try it, your friends to try it, like make a whole like social media video about it. And I was like, okay, cool. So they worked with me. They reached out to me first. And like I said, I didn't make any money from it. I got free product out of it.
Okay,
and honestly,
that's good.
I find them way easier to find because, I mean, like, I do not have the mind power or time to be promoting. Like, what Mallory does is like a full-time job.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
work
yes.
2 full-time jobs already. Like, I can't work a third.
And
So
eventually, like, broadcasting is going to be like my full-time job, so.
yeah. And so it's just like, how much work do you want to put into it? I didn't care about getting paid. I was a broke college student that was getting a bunch of free product. Like, I'd much rather have that
Yeah,
than them
that's
pay
crazy.
me and then, like, I gotta do X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Next, I have here in my notes, childhood memories. I do not have that many. I just like went to camp when I was very very young. Really enjoyed it, and I pre-K I was in public school. No, pre-K I was in private school, and then I moved to public school kindergarten, and then I moved to back to that private school through first through sixth grade. And honestly, I can't really remember anything from there because it was so long ago. I have horrible memory. But I think one of the biggest decisions, one of the best decisions I've ever made was switch from private to public school for my seventh grade year. And that changed everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm glad I switched to public.
I don't have a lot of childhood memories.
Except the tornado?
Except the tornado, yeah. I, like, trauma blocked them. A lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I distinctly remember is they wanted me to skip grades because, yeah. So that was, like, a huge deal, like, in my small town. Is, like, the private schools would, like, come and, like, recruit you almost.
Yeah.
And, so one of the private schools, you know, I'd reached out to my mom, like, had a meeting and everything. They're like, we just want her to come for a day. You know, see how she likes it, you know. And so I went for a day, and I think I was in, like, second grade. So I was, like, very, yeah. I went for a day. They ended up giving me, like, a test, and I scored, I don't know, high enough to get a scholarship. And so I got a scholarship to the private school, and they were going to set me in fourth grade.
How old are you at this time?
I'm like 7 or 8.
Oh my.
Yeah, and they were going to put me in fourth grade there. Because that's where I scored. Like a placement exam. Yeah. I scored to be in like fourth grade. And my mom was like, I don't know. Well, I have a younger brother. And so she was like, okay, well, are we just going to send one kid to private school and one kid to public school?
Yeah,
are we going to send both of them to private school? Like,
that tough decisions.
Yeah. And so I stayed in public school. And then they wanted me to be in like the gifted program. My mom was like, no, not gonna do that. Thank God she did not put me in that program. Because all the kids were like secluded growing up because they would leave like halfway through the day and go and like do their own thing.
Yes.
So we were all like very secluded together, like never hung out with us. Like they never got recess.
Huh. Yeah. Interesting.
And I was like, yeah, no, you're not taking away my recess so I can learn something else. No.
Yeah.
And so I said no to that. They wanted me to skip grades if I wasn't going to be in the gifted program. And my mom's like, here's the deal. She goes, I'd much rather her be bored and having to go to like other classes for schoolwork or be like, you know, a runner, stuff like that, than her senior year of high school and she's 16. And,
That's
you know,
crazy.
she doesn't get to experience, you know, like, oh, like all of her friends are turning 18.
That's unfortunate.
Now. And like, what does she do? Or like
that's
sophomore year when everyone gets their license, I'm like, what, 14? She was like, no, I want my daughter to have the same experiences as everybody else. Like, yeah, that'd be super cool. She's applying to college at like 16. Yeah, that's super cool. But she never got to experience, like, I want her to be able to experience what everybody else experiences.
And you need that experience so you know, you can learn more about life going forward, you know?
Exactly. That's basically the gist of what I remember from my childhood.
Yeah.
So like I said, I trauma blocked it.
Turning the page now. You already said you're a big baseball fan, right?
Yes.
Let's do some MLB second half predictions. Let's start with I mean, I don't really know where we start with this. Like, who do you think is a player we could see, have a big second half or something like that?
I mean, can we talk about the fact that Paul Skeens got moved up to the major leagues and pitched the All-Star game? Can we talk about that?
What he is doing right now, he's just on an unbelievable run. Livy is powering him up.
You think?
Livy powers him up, for real.
I saw a post the other day, it was made by ESPN, that he has not lost a game since, like, he first started with LSU.
Yeah. He's not lost a game in like a year, over a year.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's
he
incredible.
Could be like one of the, he could be like one of the best pitchers of all time if he keeps this up,
One person that I really am excited to see once they do hit the majors is Max Clark. He actually was drafted right out of high school.
Okay. Who did he get drafted by?
I want to say Detroit. I'm not 100%.
We can search it up.
Yes. But he was given a full ride by Vandy.
Oh.
And he would have done incredible there. But he was really drafted out of high school.
Max Clark, MLB draft. Detroit Tigers selected at number 3 overall.
Man's a unit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I'm so excited to see what he does. And I completely understand if you think I'm, single A, double A, triple A, then pros. Because he's 18. But it's just like there's a kid who's younger than us that is playing in the MLB. Like, he was drafted. Like, what are we doing?
Oh, man. We're
doing
analyzing. We're just taking it in awe and something like that. You're a Cardinals fan, right?
I am.
I mean, they've been playing better.
A lot
little bit better recently. What's your evaluation on them right now?
I mean, they could be doing a lot better. They could be doing a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decent spot to be in, because playoffs are until, October.
Yes, and currently right now they are in a playoff spot, so.
Exactly. But I think they're really going to need to kick it into high gear these next couple weeks. Because they can lose that playoff spot like that, and they've done it before. They're very much like Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs recently.
They have a minus 35 run differential and are still in a playoff spot right now. That is crazy.
Yeah. Like I said, Dallas Cowboys.
Who from the Cardinals? Oh. Oh my gosh. Who from the Cardinals would you like to see have a big second half?
I don't even know. Like, there's so many players.
You're just going to say, like, everyone.
Honestly, like, I feel like nobody has reached their max potential yet. Like, as a team, because it is a young team. So I don't want to, like, single, like, one person out because they do have a really young team. They had a lot of players retire these past couple years.
That is true.
And then, like, the vets that they would have had, they were traded off. Rest in peace, Harrison Bader.
Yes.
Man had an amazing head of hair. He was center field for them. I mean, like, it's a very young team. They have a lot of potential. I could very much see them in the playoffs this year, but if they choke again,
They'll
it's not
probably
going to be
like,
nice.
yeah.
I'm actually going to a game next Sunday, so that's going to be really fun to watch. Me and my brother are actually making it a 24-hour trip. Not even that. We're leaving at like 7 in the morning, driving up there, watching a 1:15 first pitch, getting dinner, and driving home.
Oh my gosh. That's gonna be fun.
Well, you have to be 25 to buy a hotel, so we don't have a choice.
25?
Yeah.
Wow. That's wild.
At least in St. Louis.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my evaluation on the Yankees now. What is going on with this team, man? We just have no depth. It's painful. We have a bunch of key players injured too. Aaron Judge is going to have to go super sane.
That's the hardest part because you know that those players could really like change the team if they were not injured.
Where were you when Ben Rice saved the 2024 New York Yankees? I was right here in my room.
I was probably at work.
Yeah, he hit 3 home runs against the Red Sox, and hey, that might have caused a spark, but it really hasn't. We literally have not done anything.
Listen, they still have time to turn around.
They do.
They only got a couple weeks.
Yeah, they really have to pick it. Well, here's the thing, though. The July schedule, like the rest of the July schedule, is the Mets. Okay, the Mets have also been playing a lot better, and they swept us last time. I don't know why, but
was it a series sweep?
That's going to be it was a 2-game set in Queens. And we didn't just get swept, and we didn't just get beat. We got annihilated. Yeah, so we have 2. So our remaining games of July, 2 more against the Rays in the Bronx, 2 against the Mets here in the Bronx, and then a series with the Red Sox again in Boston. We haven't beaten the Sox in a series yet this season, which is embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
And then the Phillies. What a way to cap off July with the best team in baseball.
Speaking of Phillies, I will always have a soft spot in my heart for Bryce.
I figured you would say that. Yeah.
Who doesn't have a soft spot for Bryce? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to admit I am not the biggest, Philly sports supporter.
Yeah,
especially because, I'm a Knicks fan, and I hate the 76ers. The 76ers is the NBA team I hate the most, by far. Gosh. More than the Celtics, more than the Lakers or the Nets or the Bucks or anything like that. 76ers I absolutely despise. But if you look at our August schedule, it is a lot easier. The Blue Jays, Angels, Rangers, they haven't been good this year. No. The White Sox, the Tigers, the Rockies, the Nationals. Ooh, Yankees, Cardinals in the Bronx this year. And yeah, that's pretty much that.
Okay, so almost a clean sweep.
Almost. Oh, we do play the Guardians in August. That's going to be a tough series since they're one of the best teams this year. And then, it's just a home stretch. We don't. Our last series of the season is against the Pirates. Maybe Paul Skeens will pitch in one of those games. Yeah, our last series of the season is against the Pirates. Maybe Paul will pitch in one of those games.
Which game I'm going to, because I don't remember who we're playing against, but I told my brother, I was like, I want to see Cardinals versus Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
So bad.
Yeah.
Playing the Nationals.
Okay. That's they're mediocre.
So it sounds like a win for me.
They have to call up Dylan Cruz. What are they waiting for, man?
No, I know. So my brother scored like a bunch of free tickets to Cardinals games this year. But there's only like a select that you can like use them for. And I think it was the Pirates that we couldn't use them for. And so I told him, I was like, well, there's no point in using Detroit. Because we're not going to see Max Clark. But I was like, Dylan Cruz. Maybe by the time end of July, they'll have him moved up. Why he's not moved up yet?
I don't know, man.
Maybe that'll be his debut.
Yeah. Maybe he just hasn't been like performing as advertised in, AAA or something like that.
I have not heard a single thing about him since he got.
I have not heard anything about him either.
So I don't know if they're kind of doing like seniority type deal.
Yeah.
Or what? Because I have not heard last thing was that he was drafted.
Yeah, because I don't watch like any baseball except college and the MLB. So
well, because a lot of times you can't watch AA, AAA on TV.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you would think there'd be like some coverage about it because it is about Dylan Cruz. But ESPN because they still cover like some double AAAs, but I've not heard a single thing about Dylan Cruz.
Unfortunate. Let's see. Let's go over standings. Current standings right now. The leaders from 1 to 3 are the Orioles, Guardians, and Astros. I fucking hate the Astros.
I feel like the Astros always end up there somehow every year. They always just kind of.
I know. I hate the Astros because they cheated. The Astros overtook the Mariners somehow. Mariners, screw them.
Do not like the Mariners.
And then it's the Yankees, it's us, the Twins, and then the Red Sox. So if the playoffs ended today, it would be the Astros and the Red Sox in a series, and then we would host the Twins. We would sweep them in 2 games because we have ownership of the Minnesota Twins. Like if you know what I mean.
Just like LSU has ownership over Alabama.
Oh no. We're ways from that, but hopefully in this next coming half decade, we can turn that around. We can turn that around because oh my gosh, look at that recruiting class and whatever. Anyway,
we're gonna be 30.
Yeah.
When we finally
anyway. In the NL, the top 2 are the Phillies and the Dodgers, and then it's the Brewers. So if the playoffs ended today, it would be the Brewers and the Mets, and then your Cardinals would go to the ATL to play the Braves. Thoughts
pretty
on
good
that?
Shot.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot. Let's see. Are there any? Okay, so in the AL, any teams that could make the playoffs that are currently out of it right now? I honestly don't see any of them right now, except the Royals. The Royals this year are the surprise team of baseball this year.
No,
because they've been unreal. Like that long rebuild finally paying off, and they got some stuff down. Bobby Witt Jr.
I hate the Royals.
Take notice, MLB. He's unreal. And then the NL. Okay, so actually, the final wild card spot in the NL is tied between the Mets and the Diamondbacks, and I think the Diamondbacks will rise up there simply because they're playing a lot hotter right now. And look out for those Diamondbacks if they ever get back in the playoffs because of what they did last year.
That could be serious.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't really done any major changes to that roster, so. But Corbin Carroll's been sucking this year, so hopefully he picks it up. All right. Now, let's do our back and forth Q&A.
Perfect.
You got your questions ready? Yeah, let's get your questions out. And I'm gonna let you go first this time.
Okay. Let's see. If you could be any person for a day, who would it be?
Probably Jalen Brunson, because he's like the star of New York. You know, he just has such high basketball IQ. Obviously, he's gonna be like the savior of New York for the next 4 or 5 years or so. What about you?
I have no clue. Because I was like writing that question out and I was like, I don't even know who I would be.
Yeah, that's a burning question right there. Okay, my turn. Are there any content creators / influencers that inspire you?
Plug Mallory Urban.
Yes, kind of like Mallory.
She is honestly the only content creator I watch.
Oh.
Being completely honest, like I will follow like the TikTok drama, but she is the only one.
Got it. What about any creators that piss you off, or you don't really know any?
So are you familiar with the Kristen Whitney drama?
No, I'm not.
Okay, Kristen just had a baby. Whitney's pissed off that she just had a baby. And then her boyfriend Jacob just broke up with her. And then Jacob flew out to go help them like take care of the baby because Kristen's boyfriend and Jacob are best friends. And now Whitney is hating on Kristen because Kristen couldn't make it out to her concert and Kristen just had a baby.
Wow.
Yes.
That is a mess. The controversy that, or the drama that like I have like most heard about is the Central C Ice Spice Mads drama.
What? I hadn't even heard of that.
Central C and I don't even know the story, to be honest with you, but it's like Central C did a video with Ice Spice and then Mads is like mad or something like that. I could search it up. I don't even know the whole story.
If you were denied from LSU, where would you go?
Miami.
Really?
Yes. Or Arizona State, because they actually have a really good broadcasting like department as well. But yeah, those two. What about you?
Mine would be University of Texas in Arlington. I had a full ride track and field scholarship there, and they just opened a brand new athletic training facility to where like your first year of your master's program, you were completely hands-on with athletes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but you can only get into it if you get your undergrad there.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I know this one's kind of silly, but if you could be any animal, what would it be?
The fact that that was my exact question.
Oh. Wow. I read your mind. All right.
I would want to be a sloth.
Why?
Because they have no worries in life.
That's so true.
They just hang from a tree.
But they're so slow.
Where are they trying to go? Nowhere. They have nowhere to be. They have no bills to pay. They have no work to attend to. All they do is hang from a tree and sleep.
Oh, I love that. I love that. For me, I'd probably be a wolf because I love nightlife. And the wolves like come out at night. So, yeah.
what is one thing that if you changed in your past, it would have the most effect on your future?
That question's actually on here for you as well. Yeah, we're reading each other's minds. It's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. I would go back to my freshman year of high school, or the start of my freshman year in high school. The person I was today, I wish I was back then. Simple as that. I wish I was more athletic. I wish I was actually good at football. I wish, I did all this content creation that I'm doing now. I wish I had brands. Yeah, simply put, I wish that the person I am today, I wish I was the start of like high school or something, or even before then. Because yeah. What about you?
I would choose softball over cheer.
Yeah.
And
You
maybe
still
I
regret
would not.
that, right?
Yeah, because maybe I wouldn't have torn my rotator cuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, one of the so we'll edit this out, but usually when I upload a full video, sometimes I take like little clips of the podcast and post it separately. They're like 10 minutes long. One of those videos is probably going to be Kylie turned down 17 athletic offers to get into LSU.
It might have been more than that. Like, when I tell you, it was an insane amount. And they would just figure, like, University of Kentucky, like, sent a letter to my house. I didn't even apply. How did they get my address? No clue. Like,
Can you find out how many are you able to find out how many offers you got or no?
no, I threw them all away. I got the LSU
Oh.
acceptance letter, threw everything else away.
How do you find motivation for the gym?
Why? You think about why you're going to the gym. Like, I know for me, like, right now, I'm not competing because I was injured, and I'm scared to lift again because I can hurt myself again. And it's just kind of like, you could be like, oh, yeah, I did this for, this amount of years, and then I just stopped. Or it could be, oh, yeah, I lifted, then I got hurt, I got back into it, and look where I am now.
That's very good. That's very good. And I'll ask another one here because it relates to it as well. You said your favorite body part to work out is your back. What are your favorite back workouts?
It's going to be lat pull downs. Yes, love me some lat pull downs. I like to do dumbbell rows. And you can activate depending on how you hold the dumbbells and how you row them can actually activate different parts of your body.
Yes.
So I'll do it to activate right under my traps. Those are probably my top two.
Okay.
Because you get the most out of them.
Yes. Got it. All right, your turn.
So if you believe in reincarnation, what do you believe you were in a past life?
Is this like, what was I like back then?
So, like, I saw a TikTok about this, and I've literally been asking, like, all my coworkers. So it was like, if you believe in reincarnation, so, like, whenever you die, like, you'll be reincarnated into, like, an animal or, like, another human, like, stuff like that. What do you think your life was like before it was reincarnated to you?
Can you answer that? Because so like I can get something out of it.
I think so. They say like your birthmarks is how you died in your past life. So like I have a huge birthmark on my ankle, and it says depending on like the skin tone of it. So like mine, it will not tan. So like my entire body is like tan right now except for that spot on my ankle. And so it goes into like all of these different things, and it was like which I have no clue if any of this is real because I personally do not believe in reincarnation, but it's like if it's like this, it means it was like, that's the cause of like the point of death. So technically, like, something happened to my ankle and I died. So I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be like a war type thing. But I feel like I was out and like, I don't know, I think like someone sliced my Achilles or something. Or like I snapped my ankle and died.
Oh, that's rough. Can I just say, like, I was the person I am now or something? Or
Do you believe like
or
in a war? Like, were you an animal? Were you like a stay-at-home parent? Did you ever get married? Did you stay home with your parents?
maybe like I never got my dream job, or maybe, or yeah, I mean, I never, got married or something like that. Maybe I never had like those experiences in college I wish I would have had. Um, I wish I was not lonely like I am now. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's a tough question. That's a really tough question. Thank you for asking that, though. I'm gonna think about that. Um, yeah. Uh, huh. If you became president, what would be the first law that you would pass?
It's kind of hard.
That is hard.
Tax the rich. 100%.
Yeah. Tax the rich, don't tax the poor. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and I would use, like, the money that we would receive, like, from the tax, I believe it should go back into the city or the town. It won't be pocketed. So, like, let's say you tax the rich, whoever's the richest in my town, and it builds the roads. Or it's able to raise minimum wage, like server's wage, or, like, help out small businesses with renovations. Like, it can be used for, like, that sort of thing. I don't want to get too political about laws I'd make.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to get really jealous when I see rich people.
Me too, because how do I get like that? What did you do?
Exactly. I want to go to Minocco's Greece. I want to go to...
I don't even know where that is.
What did you say?
Maldives? I don't even know what that is, but I want to go.
Maldives? I want to go to Ibiza, Spain, or something like that.
I want to get invited to the white party that happens on the 4th of July.
Exactly! Yeah!
Like, how do I get invited to that? Let me know.
Yes. Okay, you're up.
You've literally read all of the questions I've had for you. What is your biggest fear?
Letting somebody down and people betraying me for no reason. What about you?
Having a painful death.
Oh, I think that
was on our live.
Oh yeah, I think you said that on a TikTok live as well. Okay. How would people describe your character? I know this is kind of basic, but still.
I hope as like a leadership role, because that's what I always strive to be, wherever I am. And I like to hold myself to the standard of the possibility of like someone looking up to me. And so like at work, like I work with 15-year-olds. Well, I want to be the person that they can look up to, but also the same person, like if they have questions, they can come and ask me. And they're not fearful of me because of my age or anything like that.
Yeah, I feel you. That would probably be like one of mine as well. Like I hope people say that I'm the best leader. My maturity has grown over time. Very heartwarming, very forgiving.
Yes.
And yeah, something like that. Okay, you go.
Those are actually all my questions because you literally took half of them.
Yeah. Okay. And then I have one more question as well. If you were to see anybody in concert, if you have not seen yet, who would it be?
Toby Keith.
Toby Keith? Nice, nice,
No
nice.
brainer.
I have two. I have Tate McRae, which I'm probably going to see here in New Jersey soon.
I got tickets to see her in concert tomorrow.
Have fun at that.
I'm not going.
Why?
I ended up getting my money back for more than what I paid for them, and I picked up a work shift.
Hey, at least you get that money.
So I made $30 extra, and I'm working a 5-hour shift.
Yes. And The Weeknd.
Ooh.
Because The Weeknd concerts are insane. He fills up entire football stadiums.
Who knows? I'm constantly bringing home random animals.
I have 2 cats. I don't know where they are right now, but they're here somewhere.
A dog, I think 6 fish, and now 2 frogs.
Nice. I actually have another question. Are there any like malls around you, like shopping malls, like big shopping malls around you? No. There's 3 or 4 around me. And my New Jersey people are gonna know this. There's Garden State, there's Riverside, there's Palisades, and then there's the one I went to today, the American Dream Mall. The American Dream Mall is the 2nd biggest mall in the entire country, only to the Mall of America in Minneapolis. And I had the best time there, and I got this really, really nice
I like that.
Knicks crew neck right here.
I like that.
And it has like the new logo. It has like this New York like letter is actually a floor design that they have like on the floor of Madison Square Garden at some games. And I love this aspect of the crew neck as well.
Yeah, like the detailing of it.
Yes, the details are like the little logos.
Oh my gosh!
On the arm. Yeah, this is from Lids, by the way. That's the only thing I got because I wasn't given a lot of money, and the only thing I really did do there was like the attractions. I didn't go shopping really at all, and that makes sense because my closet is full. But at the American Dream Mall, there's an amusement park and a water park. I didn't go to the water park today. I went to the amusement park, and it was a lot of fun. And I just basically spent like the whole day, just exploring. There's 2 mini golf courses there as well, which I also did, which was very fun. And then, they got a bunch of stuff there. They don't just have that. They got like laser tag. They got like a mirror maze. They got shit. What else did they have?
I don't even know any places near me that would have that.
They literally have like every shop possible. So.
About 2 hours south of me, there's an outdoor mall.
Is it the Mall of Louisiana?
No, it's in Arkansas. I wish I lived 2 hours away from
Louisiana. Yeah. Hey, you wish you lived in New Jersey for those malls, right?
Like, we have one mall that's it's basically a glorified version of like a strip mall. Because they can't keep any stores in there.
Yeah.
So, like, we have H&M.
Do you like to shop?
Online. And I'm very much like an impulse type. I impulse buy, which is really bad.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
This conversation is about to be 2 hours long.
It is. It is 2 hours and 2 minutes. It's insane.
Oh, man. That's incredible. It says for me it's a little bit shorter, but it might just upload fully. I want to thank you.
It's 11:47 p.m.
It's 12:47 till 48 for me.
I did not know you were in a different time zone.
Yeah, I'm in New Jersey right now.
Dude.
I just got home from the American Dream Mall to record this.
Wait, do you mean 12:48 a.m.?
Yes, AM.
Oh, so it's like 1 in the morning there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was planning on recording this today so I can upload it on Sunday, which is now. Sunday is
Which
today.
is now. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I still have to eat dinner. And do schoolwork.
I ate dinner at the mall. Oh my gosh. I had the most incredible Italian food ever. I mean, obviously Italian food is my favorite, but the restaurant I was at, oh, I crave Italian food 24/7.
I love Italian. The only Italian food you can get here is Olive Garden.
That's honestly good enough for me.
Oh, I know. Those never-ending
Yeah.
soup and salads. Maybe get me sometime.
Yes. But anyway, I want to thank you so much for being on here. And for the viewers out there, I'm glad you were able to bear with us through this 2-hour conversation.
It was basically a Yap
incredible.
sesh.
It was a true Yap sesh. This is what the podcast is all about, people.
Yep.
This was a true Yap sesh.
I hope everybody felt like they were on FaceTime with us.
Yes. Do you have any last words?
I think we've had to have covered everything.
We pretty much covered everything. Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, Kylie. Thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure. And I cannot wait to see you for the Alabama game.
I know. I am already counting down the days. Flights have been booked. Where I'm staying arrangements have been made. Everything has been arranged. Counting down the days.
Yes. All right, guys. I thank you for sticking with us through that 2-hour long conversation. We pretty much, as Kylie said, we pretty much covered everything in there. So I really hope you guys run the shit up because we talked about a lot, and we really hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.